Y'all fucking need to listen up to this shit. I wish I had another device where I can fucking cue this shit up. But I've been talking about this shit for a minute because of my goddamn cyber stalker. I'm telling you, this shit is prevalent. I think my baby sister is kind of coming around because I was saying this shit before Kevin Samuels was on here. I already observed this shit. I was talking about when the last time I'm visiting my sister, when she was in LA. This shit was back 20 fucking years ago. I was talking about this shit. It started with the welfare, and then in the 80s, the man started hiring black females because they were double minorities. It had nothing to do with prejudice. It had to do with money. Because when they hired minorities, they would get subsidies from the government. So they started hiring black women as double minorities and stopped hiring black men. That's how all these women came up like that. Telling you, man, I need to listen to this shit. It's crazy to me. It's like these chicks is so motherfucking strong, and you can't tell them shit. They ain't strong, they stubborn. When you being strong, it's to your advancement. When you being stubborn, it's to your detriment. And you guys is in a detrimental state right now. This is fucking real shit. This is scientific shit. This ain't your feelings or your one anecdotal situations. This is on a general basis and a fucking massive majority basis. You fucking Western women are nuttier than squirrel shit. And the therapy you getting ain't helping you because these motherfuckers keeping you coming back. These fucking psychiatrists don't give a shit about you. They let you come in there and they, oh, it's not your fault, girl. Oh no, you a queen. Oh, this and oh that. No, this and oh that. And all the time you fucking still miserable. You done been going to therapy for 3 and 4 and 5 years. You ain't supposed to be going to therapy that goddamn long unless you a fucking veteran with PTSD or some shit like that. And even then, you supposed to be doing some fucking progress. I've progressed. I ain't ashamed of it. I'm a veteran and I go see my goddamn psychiatrist every week. And if at the most, every 2. This shit is a damn shame. I'm telling you, man, it has started with the sisters. You sisters, man, you need to change. Get rid of all that goddamn attitude and close your goddamn mouth. Use the 2 ears. God gave you 2 ears and 1 mouth for a motherfucking reason. Start you shit, man. And quit twisting shit. I can see you twisting shit right now. I can feel that energy. Stop that shit. Or she gonna keep this shit going. Listen to this shit.
Destroying the West. We are forever reading headlines about the mental health crisis in the West. We're told that we're becoming more and more unhappy and more crazy. In many Western countries, mental illness is now the leading cause of disability and responsible for 30 to 40% of chronic sick leave, costing us around 4 to 5% in GDP. But who are all these sad and mad people? Well, mostly they're women. Women are 3 times more likely to experience mental health problems than men, and they are twice as likely to be diagnosed with anxiety and depression than men. And this situation isn't improving, it's getting worse. Rates of self-harm among females have tripled in the last 30 years, and rates of suicidality have doubled. But hang on, I thought we had so much more mental health awareness now. The well-being industry is booming. This is the era of emotions and self-care. Aren't we all opening up about how we feel, going to therapy and working on ourselves? Well, yes, but that may be part of the problem. 70 to 80% of psychologists and therapists are also women.
Oh my God.
Given that 1 in 3 women will take antidepressants in their lifetime, how many of these female therapists are also depressed and anxious? So we likely have many depressed...
The psychiatrist is going to see motherfucking psychiatrists. Do some shit. Because they keep keeping this shit going. With all this fucking pandering and shit. They're not telling you the motherfucking truth. When they don't want to tell you the truth because they in the same goddamn boat they goddamn self. And they just agreeing with you. Fucking go and ask that bitch that can't get a man, can't keep a man, advice on how to keep your man. It's like the blind leading the blind. You shooting yourself in your own motherfucking foot. Listen the fuck up.
Women seeking treatment from depressed women therapists, and surprisingly, women's mental health is getting worse. So why are women so mentally unwell in the first place? Well, as Jordan Peterson and others...
And stop blaming the man. Because you're not solving the fucking problem for yourself. You don't look at yourself at all. Everything is outside of you. Well, I'm gonna tell you something. If all of this stuff outside of you keep fucking happening, what's the fucking common denominator? Holy shit, man. Motherfuck, man. Holy shit.
Rightly point out is because women are temperamentally higher in trait neuroticism than men. They're more prone to negative thinking and they're more emotional. Okay, I know I'm stating the obvious, but why else? Why are they becoming more mentally unwell? And what's been happening in the Western world in, say, the last 50 years or so? Well, for a start, the amount of women in full-time work has increased by over 50%. Similarly, the amount of...
This is a woman talking. And there's more of them, but you calling them pick-me's and shit. Well, I'm tell you something. They pick-me's, they getting picked. And you sitting up there by yourself in your goddamn TikTok echo chambers and on these social media sites talking shit about men. Talking about we ain't shit? Well, goddamn it, let me tell you something. You ain't shit either. Matter of fact, you worse. You fucking got in these single parent homes led by females. The fucking boys are fucking losing, man. Why? Because you was a loser. You know you didn't do good in school, and when your son come home with that fucking homework, you can't even fucking help him. Well, that's the teacher's job. What you gonna blame the teacher now? Your son should be able to come home and get some help with his homework. You can't. You working at McDonald's, you can't even figure out the change in the cash register. Man, fucking break.
Women who are unmarried and single over the age of 30 has increased from 18% to a whopping 54% in the last 30 years. And it is estimated that almost half of all women aged between 25 and 44 will be single by 2030.
And don't cut this shit off, bitch.
Women are working more and they're marrying and having a family less. And they're becoming more depressed. This isn't only bad for women, it's bad for everyone. This is because all the gains made by extra productivity in the economy are things becoming quicker, more efficient.
What I feel sorry for is the boys and the girls in the future, man. I feel sorry for these not the millennials, because the millennials is doing this shit. They contributed to this shit too. But not and the Zennials is trying to work this shit out. Man, y'all need to shut your goddamn mouths. Get your fucking mind right.
And cheaper have been swallowed up by women entering the workplace. Now that there's two salaries, the man and the woman's, that can go towards the mortgage, all that has done is push.
And now that there's two salaries, that means there's more money in the economy, which is good, but it's a bad thing because the more money is in the economy, the fucking more that fucking the man gonna raise his prices. Cause he trying to get all that money. He trying to get all and keep all the money. So he keep you in them stores buying shit you don't need for people you don't even motherfucking like. Got y'all in this fucking lifestyle of the rich and famous status shit. Trying to fucking live like the fucking Real Housewives of Atlanta or wherever the fuck they at. And that shit ain't nothing but scandal. And some of you like this shit. That's the cold shit about it. Well, shit, men don't like that shit. If you want to fucking do all this dramatic shit and arguing and all that, do that with your girlfriends. Leave us men out of that shit. All this gossiping and shit. Leave us men out of that shit. We don't give a fuck about that shit.
Asset prices up.
Unless we a fucking beta male simp motherfucker, some little bitch nigga. And y'all done turn the niggas into bitch niggas too. Cause y'all be teaching them all this bullshit that y'all got in y'all head. Got these men out here simping and acting like women. Like y'all don't want equal rights no more. Y'all want to take over, but you ain't gonna be able to take over. Because you ain't doing none of the motherfucking infrastructure jobs, and the patriarchy ain't stopping you from doing it. Matter of fact, they trying to recruit you. How many of y'all see on the goddamn oil rig, on top of them damn poles, climbing up them damn poles and them towers and shit with this fucking, so we can fucking spread this goddamn bullshit on the internet? Man, we done made it so motherfucking comfortable for y'all. Y'all thinking, man, if I'm just saying, this ain't gonna never really happen, but if all men disappeared, man, you bitches will last 10 motherfucking years. And that's it.
Which means that all the extra money earned goes on rent and mortgages, and there's no lifestyle improvement. All there is just greater difficulty in raising a family and maintaining a work-life balance. Alongside this, more and more women entering the workplace has brought about freedom-destroying equal pay laws. For example, the UK's equal pay laws, covered by the Equality Act, mean that men and women receive equal pay for equal work.
Right.
That is, work that is similar, equivalent, or of...
Right. That's what the feminists... It was cool when it first started. There was a patriarchy when it first started. There ain't been no patriarchy in the black community specifically for fucking 50 years. And look at how we are now. We are fucked up. Man, fuck, man. You can't rule the world by emotion.
Equal value. But who decides what work is of equal value? Well, it seems that it's all down to how the judge interprets the law. So, for example, we have the shocking story of Birmingham City Council, where female dinner ladies argued that they should have been paid the same salary as dustbin men who had been earning more. The judge agreed with them, and the council had to pay out around 700 million, leaving the council bankrupt. Or, more recently, there's been the case of retail giant Next. After a 6-year legal battle in which female shop workers argued that it was not fair that they weren't being paid as much as warehouse workers.
And on that shit, I'm talking about the W and motherfucking NBA. The NBA be packing them motherfucking stadiums. Only place the WNBA is packing stadiums is in Las Vegas. But y'all want the same amount of money. Don't nobody want to go to the game. I don't want to watch it. I tried to watch a couple of them games out of fairness and shit. You know, to see, you know, what all this hoopla was. And I watched the game. And all it was is fucking layup central. Ain't no dunking, ain't no triple, ain't nothing going on. I'd rather watch paint dry. The man ain't prejudiced and misogynist and all that stuff. He going by what's going in his motherfucking pocketbook. I think the only reason why they started the WNBA is because the powers that be, men's, was feeling sorry for their daughters and shit. So they started that shit. So y'all have something to do. And there ain't nothing wrong with that. That's cool. But you can't expect to make as much money as fucking the NBA and ain't nobody coming to see your games. Where the money gonna come from? Fucking emotion. Y'all fucking stupid. Where the money gonna come from? Ain't nobody coming to the stadiums to see your games. Shut the fuck up.
The High Street brand was ordered to pay out $30 million to equalise the pay. In their defence, Next argued that the pay for the two roles was based on market prices and to ensure the viability of the business. So we now have a situation where judges are telling employers how much they should pay their workers instead of the market deciding. And this is all happening in an increasingly feminised legal system that focuses on emotions, subjective interpretations, hate speech, hate laws, non-crime hate incidents, and woke activism. And that leads us to our final manifestation of toxic, crazy femininity. Woke. Since the mid-2000s, young women have becoming more and more left-wing. The growing ideological gap between men, who are more likely to lean conservative, and women, who are more likely to lean left, isn't really being caused by men becoming right-wing. It's actually because young women are increasingly adopting radical far-left positions.
Yep.
Perhaps, given that more of them are entering full-time work, which they struggle with because of their mental health, woke ideas such as harm reduction, focusing on emotions, caring for victim groups, and a critique of meritocratic capitalism appeals to them. If men can work long hours and work their way up the hierarchy quicker than women can, it's easier to call this patriarchy rather than accepting that men and women are just different and that women cannot compete with men. Diversity, equity and inclusion, safe spaces, therapeutic spaces, bringing your whole self to work, the tyranny of HR, harm reduction, psychological safety.
I see what you're doing, bitch. You're trying to get me to talk over this shit. Get off my fucking camera. And listen to what this bitch is saying. Maybe it'll help you, nutty bitch.
The emotionality, conformity, and aversion to conflict and disagreement, perverse misplaced compassion, perverse misplaced empathy. This is the new academic environment. This is the new workplace. This is the new economy. This is the new legal system. This is the West, and it is being destroyed by toxic femininity and mentally unstable women.
And stop cyber stalking niggas.